Hello. So my name's Alex Smith. This is my second year, going on third year at COD. Would like to preferably teach high school math. So, explain how I organize my portfolio. So, how I organize my portfolio is exactly like the example you gave, because I'm not trying to use up extra brain power right now. So it's like a book with my course objectives in the beginning as a table of contents. The table of contents is actually on the back of that piece of paper where I've listed each course objective and which page they are on. And then after that is just all the things that list out the course objectives, and each artifact, each piece of paper is numbered at the bottom right-hand corner. So that's how it's formatted. The only difference is that if there's something in here that I couldn't print, like for example the document that we all worked on that was that described the different schools, I didn't print that, and so if I used that as a artifact, then it says for that course objective, I used this, it's online. Okay. So then explain why I chose the overall grade I did and complete the prompt at the bottom of the sheet. So, I think I was very attentive in class. I was always there. I was always talking. I always enjoyed being there. I always wanted to be there, and I always tried to contribute to the conversation and move the conversation forward. That, combined with the fact that I wasn't just bullshitting the class, like I wanted to be there, and I wanted to learn about all of this, and I understand all of this, and we could sit down and have a nice talk for hours on end about any one of these or all of these, and I would honestly enjoy having that conversation. And I didn't just bullshit my way through any assignment. Any assignment that I did, I enjoyed doing, and I took the time to actually look things up if I had to, and it's something I enjoyed doing. I enjoyed doing this. I understand all the course objectives. I was attentive in class and was always trying to contribute and move the conversations forward. And given all of that, I think I deserve an A. So, so the 2 to 3 artifacts that I enjoyed the most, enjoyed and especially proud of, and explain why. So, there's 3 that I have, each for kind of a similar and different reason. So, as I've talked to you before, Ms. Zalaki, I haven't always been the most talkative person, but now I enjoy talking to people. Enjoy getting to know them and having these in-depth conversations with them. And so when I'm either given a prompt that sparks conversation and allows me to talk to people, or makes me think, I enjoy it. Or if people don't want to talk, then if we're given a prompt that forces them to do so. Which isn't always my favorite, but sometimes it's necessary. So, first, we have the philosophy of education essay that we did. I enjoyed this for a few reasons. One, I just enjoyed writing down my thoughts and just thinking about this philosophical question. And I could sit down somewhere with someone and have a several hour long conversation with someone about this. To be honest, it's going to be so for the video that I have to make for the how would I make the school, I already know that it's going to be hard to make that a 15-minute video. Simply because I think I could talk about that for a very long time. But, anyway, so there's that, and then on top of that, so the essay, the day we brought it in and had to pass it around, it went like all the criticisms I got. Most of them weren't actual criticisms. Most of them were, yeah, I agree. Yeah, good job. Yes, very, very strong agreement. Like, very strong statement. I agree. It's everyone's goals. You're right. And part of that made me feel good, because that means I'm not the only one thinking these things. But I didn't get as much criticism because of that. And I wish I had, because that tells me more about what I didn't do, what I could have done. That's what I didn't get out of this. Or as much. I did get some, but not as much. And then going similarly along those lines, the cultural autobiography. So I have pages upon pages upon pages in my tablet of when I was doing this. And I had a really hard time at first, just because of how much I was putting down on a piece of paper. It was like I was having a conversation with someone, and what I would be saying is what I'm typing. Which meant that when I thought, okay, I should probably turn this in now, I realized it was pages long. It can't be that long. So I summarized it and summarized it and summarized it and cut it down, and cut it down, and cut it down. Found a few pictures that went along with it. Summarized it again. And that's how I got here, which I kind of hated. But I was able to do it. And I sometimes have a hard time doing that. I have a hard time making myself not elaborate, not ramble. And this allowed me to kind of practice that. And again, it's a deep philosophical question that I enjoy talking about, and I would enjoy talking to anyone about for hours on end. Whether it was about talking about me or learning about other people. Preferably a mix of both. Anyway, so yeah, the first one is philosophy of education essay. The second one is cultural autobiography. The third one is one I enjoyed and less am proud of. So the last one that I enjoyed was cultural bingo. For pretty much the exact same reasons as the other ones. You know, it's a deep philosophical question that I get to ask myself, or people get to ask me, and I get to ask other people. I get to get to know other people, and they get to know about me. The problem is that when we did cultural bingo, you passed it out at the end of the class, and we had to rush through it in the last 5 minutes of class. So I only got to talk to 2 people, and none of us actually completed cultural bingo. And that sucks, because I wanted to talk to these people. But as you're aware, in my education class, there's not exactly a whole lot of talkative people. Which is kind of good and very annoying. Anyway. So that's my 3 cents. 3 artifacts, same thing. And then there's, wait, no, I already talked about why I deserve the grade I did. So, there you go. Hopefully you can hear me this time, because this is not the first time I've done this, and the last few times I've done it, you weren't able to hear me. So yeah, I'm muted. You should be able to hear me. Let me know if there's any problems, and I'll do it again.